Everyone, my name is Anne, and I would like to give you a quick overview of the work that I have been doing for my project in the course of the summer 2019. For my project, I was working on an application to inspire women to join STEM and also to remain in STEM way after their school life. Just to give you a brief background about the women in STEM and their representation, in the US, women make up 50% of the total workforce. However, only 25% of them are in STEM. In the UK, similar case of the total workforce, they represent half of the workforce, but only 14.4% of them are in STEM. And in Africa, according to a UNESCO article, one in every four engineering students is a female, but unfortunately, not all of them get to graduate for a number of reasons, like pregnancies, stereotypes that lead them to quit, for example. And the reason why I think we need more women in STEM is because one, STEM is a key part in promoting the global competitiveness of any economy, according to research. And science, technology, engineering, and mathematics basically is what drives the economy. And if we can double up on those aspects and increase representation, then for sure the economy is going to grow. And the second reason is that in order for us to reduce the gender gap that is a big issue now, we need to increase the participation of women in STEM. And so my solution is a mobile application that aggregates resources and information based on research and also based on personal experience that inspire women to join STEM, and for those who are already in STEM to remain in STEM and be motivated that indeed they're in the right career if they're passionate about it. And so to support this application, I built a backend application that allows saving of the information and retrieving of the information. So this is a Node.js application that runs on a Kubernetes cluster on the Google Cloud platform. Let's head over to the hosted application. This is running on GCP. So, for example, this is the heroines get endpoint that fetches all the heroines data. Heroines are divided into three categories: pioneers in STEM, the untold stories, and the modern women in STEM. So for example, if you look at Ada Lovelace, a number of you probably know her or read about her. It gives a description about her and what she did in STEM that was great. And we have all the others. Thanks to Grace Hopper 2018, this information was from the Hall of Fame in Grace Hopper 2015, where I got to attend. So that's for the heroines. For the mentors, which is another category of information that inspires women, these are a group of women that are willing to share their stories with other women who are probably exploring STEM but are not yet sure about what it entails. And a key part of this information is the location and the available timings, because again, from personal experience, that personal touch where you get to meet with someone in person also really drives and inspires someone. Listening to someone verbally or in person makes a really great impact. Then the other category of information is conferences that are specifically geared towards women. Women gather together, talk about some STEM stuff or just ways to grow in their STEM career. Scholarships are ways for women to get funding for their graduate or undergraduate education in case they so need funding. For example, this Women Tech Makers Scholarship by Google is a really big one that sponsors women every single year. And then we have resources. Resources are, I would say, curated content in certain topics in STEM that women can use in order to understand the topics better. This is my own list of content that I have been using to prepare for the graduate algorithms course. So that's pretty much all for the backend application. Now let's talk about the front end, the actual mobile application. And this is a React Native application that runs on the Android operating system. I chose React Native because I hope to roll out this for the iOS platform, but I have not tested for the scope of this project. Let's have a look at the emulator. So this is the Android application. So this is just the default page where you can sign in and choose a Google account that you want to sign in with. This is a very simplistic view, but the goal is to guide the user of about what the application entails. I use the Android drawer default drawer navigation, where you click on the hamburger menu and it shows you the drawer. If you look at the heroines, you see again, this is feeding information from the backend, so it's just displaying what you fetch on the backend. The Untold Stories, Danny Bunten, and the modern women in STEM. Then the mentors, key parts being the timings and the location. Scholarships are, again, highlighting the scholarship name, and you have a link to read more about the scholarship. Conferences, location information, and where you can find out more information. And the STEM resources, that these ones are particularly targeted to dynamic programming and algorithms. So that's all for the front end. A few things that I would have loved to do for the scope of this project, but I did not get to do. One is having an ability to contact a mentor through the application. Secondly, a way to search for mentors within a certain location so that you can then contact them and find out if they are available to meet with you if they're not particularly occupied at the time. And one of the comments on the peer feedback was having a way for the mentors to add more resources, for example, add the conferences, add the scholarships. That way the data grows in the application. And but I unfortunately did not get to do that for this project. So that's all for the work that I've been doing throughout the summer of 2019. And thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to your feedback on just how to make the application better. Thank you.